Okay, so what I'm going to do now, let's just isolate this again. What I'm going to do this time is let's take a look at these bones. It's really hard to see. They're kind of big and bulky here, and I made them so you can't select them. But they're kind of big. I'm just going to go here to Display, Animation, Joint Sass, Ganja. There we go. I'm going to make them a bit smaller. And I'm just going to isolate this thing. I'm also going to make sure Auto Load New Objects is on. Now on frame 0, it's almost in a nice plain side view. I'll just hit F. There's my hand. I can see through it. What I'm going to do is I'll get in my Create Polygon tool. And let's take a look. For some reason, I always have this tendency to start with the middle finger. Okay, something like this. You make jokes if you want to. There. Endor. And then I'm going to get the append. I'm going to append over here. And I'm kind of placing these kind of in the middle here. And also always going counterclockwise. G. There. There. And then here, over to the index one. Okay, great. Now typically these points here, let's go make the joints so they can't select them again. They do really, it works better if the joints are just slightly in here. Next thing, I'll get the append out again. Remember, this is my cheap, fast way to make fingers. I have a slightly more advanced one that I do, where I spend a bit more time thinking about my fingers, contemplating my fingers, pulling my fingers. And here, I'll just kind of bring this over here and here. Okay, and I'm just kind of working around the joints. These ones here are for the tips of your fingers, so they're not, again, I'm just kind of eyeballing this and trying to follow the skeleton, not necessarily the concept work. Oh, I'm going to hit backspace. Let's put this over here, there. And then I hit G. Yeah, so if you put down a point and you're not sure about its placement, so you didn't like it, want to get rid of it, just hit backspace. Boop, there we go. Okay. Almost finished with my fingers. Yes, I like... No. Okay, stop doing the weird accent. Here we go. Boop. So, there we go. There's my all my fingers in place. And it looks like he's got some kind of strange udder. Maybe, if that's what you want to think it looks like. Anyway, if I take these, and I'm just going to go over here and move them into place. Actually, maybe before I get too carried away, I should take care of the thumb. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to use Insert Edge Loop. And right around where the thumb is here, we're going to place that in. That should be good for around now. Maybe I'll put another one here. And I'll put one there. Let's go and scale that a little bit. Yep, yep, yep. There. And this one here, whoop. Actually, let's double click on that edge loop there. Boop. Just going to move this over this way a little bit and grab that thing there. So we're going to pull a thumb out of that thing. Okay. There, wonderful. And then I'm going to get my append out again. And I'll append a little finger piece. Here. G. That's not a finger piece, it's a thumb piece. Your thumb gets all big and weird in here. Actually, I'm wondering, that almost just looks kind of strange. I guess we'll put one on here and see what it looks like. The thumb, the placement of the joints is throwing me for a second. The placements of the joint led up to the house. And I'm just going to go in here and I'll grab these vertices. And I'm just going to see if I can line them up back this way. I had soft selection on. And soft selection is my friend. But maybe not today. Okay, I'm just going to turn soft selection off. And I can try to line these up a little bit better if I want to. But for now, actually, let's see what we can do. What if I grab the tips? looks to me like they're going to be fairly relaxed little fingers. And I'll just grow that selection, pull them forward a little bit, and I can figure out each individual one. I don't want to get too involved with this right now, because I'm trying to go fast. So, there, good enough. And if I look at my hand, I'm going to take it and we'll just center the pivot on it, and I'll pull it back this way a little bit. If I go ahead and I hit extrude, whoop, I got thick handage. Okay, my fingers look a little bit on the thick side. I'm just going to go ahead and switch to the move tool, deselect those ends of my fingers, pull this out, and maybe I'll leave my thumb a little bit too. We'll just take this and I'm going to rotator it. Pull this over this way a little bit. There, now I got a hand. Not the best hand, but it's a hand. And let's hit B. Just noticed that went off a little bit. Okay, great. I could also just kind of scale things in a little bit if I wanted to, whatever. I'm just thinking that right now my hand is looking not too bad. Now, let's just turn off X-ray joints for a second, just so, you know, like, it's okay. I'm going to take this and maybe just quickly go and hit smooth, and that gives it more geometry. A little bit heavy-handed, but that should be good. And let's just go and grab some of these verti. Feels like the fingers just aren't long enough. Feels like they're short little fingers compared to the cartoony ones here. So let's see, what if I went in here and I grab all of these edges here, there. And I just realized that when I do this, how did I do that? This is where I turn on the reflections accidentally? If I take this, I can kind of pull them back this way a little bit. There we go. And right around where it's going to bend, where the fingers are going to bend, I'm going to add in extra edge loofs. Edge loofahs. There. Say there. There. Okay, and some of these work out better than... Oh, you bastard! Okay. Trying to record, or finish these recordings at the same time I'm modeling! There we go. Those fingers are done. Done. There. And just slowly filling them all in. What time are we at? 7, okay. Okay, good enough. So I got enough loops for my fingers to bend properly. I can also maybe make sure that my... let's put this on again for a second. How's my thumb doing? It looks like the thumb, the joints aren't right in place here, so that's kind of a goofy place for them to be. So I'm just going to go and see if I can quickly fix this. Grow selection, GG. Do we have a soft selection on? I can't tell. Well, we're going to find out in a second. Yeah, we do. There. And I can go in and maybe make my thumb a bit bigger, like it's been in a press. Or I'm really good at hitchhiking or something. Anyway, insert edge loop here. I'm going to guess it's somewhere around here. This one here just needs a little bit of action there. And I'm going to say that's fine. And I can sculpt that out a bit more. Everything's good. So, now I'm just going to go in here and let's grab this. And so we kind of got that all in place here. We don't need the isolate select anymore. What I'll do, maybe I'll be here in the perspective view and I'll do this. I might even take the body right now and just gonna hide the body, hide it in a layer. And I'll take this, and I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna grab some of these faces here, and we gotta make the rest of the glove. So I'm just gonna go in and deselect this, and I got some other ones here, deselect, okay, great, great. And actually, you can see my hand is way down low, so I'm going to have to do a bit of pretending. If I go and I hit extrude, and I switch from local to global. Oh, damn you to hell. Turn off B, and I go up here to kind of up towards the elbow. And if I do this, we've got glove. Now, there is one other problem here. I probably could have done this a moment ago, but I just want to do this up here so that it's easier to see what the heck. I want to get rid of some of this geometry. Got a lot of geometry going up into the glove. Right, so let's do this. It's nice and flat. got a lot of geometry going up into the glove. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to grab edges. I'm going to grab this one and this one. I'm just going to use my quick collapse feature here. Damn it! Grab this one and that one. This one, that one. And we'll collapse. I'll just take this one. I'm going to delete it. Okay, I'm just gonna keep hitting G as I'm doing this because I'm lazy. Always looking for the lazy way out. I could hold down Shift and just keep clicking on each one of these edges, but that's good enough. So I've just gotten rid of a bunch of geometry here, and it goes up into this part of the glove. Whoop. Okay, good. So there, I've just reduced a bunch of geometry. It's got very strange, weird Robin lady fingers now. They just look kind of funny here, but whatever. If I go in here to Mesh and I go in here to Sculpt Geometry tool, I'm going to put it on Relax. So I got the Relax on, and I'm just going to make my brush a little bit bigger. I'm just holding down B, change my brush size, and I've got Relax on, and I can go in here and sculpt a little bit. And there's my poor man ZBrush in action. And that kind of has a nice little edge loofah to it. I'll do the same thing back over here. I'm just going to see if I can do a really fast one, because I want to try and do the glove all in one of these. One video, that is. So I'm just going to see if I can do this. And, oh, you bastard! There. Damn it! There. And I'll collapse. Damn you. Boop. Collapse. There. And I'm just going to go in. I usually bury this one somewhere in the palm. I usually make it kind of flow along the lifeline or the creativity line or whatever the heck your palmistry person of choice has told you. That line means something somehow. Okay, boop. I probably could do this another way, actually, just for the kick of it. You know that under O, there is a thing called Decrease Complexity, and there is a Collapse Edge Brush. And if you hold down B, you can change the size of it. And if you just kind of drag over the middle, it'll just instantly collapse whatever point is there. Boop. Okay, boop, boop, done. So it's kind of the same thing, just maybe potentially a little faster. And what do I have here? I've got an edge, and... Bastard, why? Why isn't it sensitive enough? There, delete it. Now I'll get my Sculpt Geometry tool out again, and I'll just come into the palm, and this thing isn't selected, so I gotta go and do this. Okay, great. And so I can relax it out, and now I've got a bit of a lighter glove. I might tend to go in here and grab all these faces. Maybe I can average them out or something. Maybe not, that doesn't seem to be working. Let's just go in and... Just gonna pull this over this way a little bit, and I'll just scale it out. Okay, great, good enough. And I'm just gonna go ahead and hit extrude and push it in. And once I get it in, I'm just gonna go in here, I'll scale this down a bit more so that we don't see it popping out, but there. And now, if I'm looking at this, and I bring the body back. Now I got a glove. I might have to go in here and work the glove action a little bit. So it looks like it's on the right angle. All these things. And actually his forearm looks a little big for a boy. But for now, we'll say that's good enough. And what if I hide the skeleton? Actually, I don't have the skeleton on a layer. I might want to do that if I go in here and I can't select the joints. Boop. Grab the joints, and I'll put them onto their own layer so I can quickly hide them and kind of look at the body. And I think I'm happy with that. And we're at the 14-minute mark. Okay, I gotta stop this. Stop it now!